Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key.
Good morning, everyone. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Thursday, the 30th of August, 2018, about 9:25 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Before I get too far, tomorrow morning, Friday, the 31st of August, I will not be doing a morning flash update. I'll be out of the office, but returning for the afternoon update, so you have them over the weekend as we get ready for the Labor Day holiday. That brings up understanding thinness of trade today. You're getting thinner and thinner trades in these markets. That is something to pay close attention to. You're also starting to see emerging markets. If you're watching, you saw the Argentine peso get smashed this morning. The country desperately needs the IMF to step in and speed up the payments that they've promised to give them. Then we've got Turkey back on the ropes. As you look at trade deals today and tomorrow will be very important in Canada. Why? Let's go to this. Everyone's going to see what happens between the U.S. and Canada. Can they make a deal? Can they resolve some of the dairy issues, some of the ways that they would argue if there's dumping going on? Those are the two big issues. It appears that Mr. Trudeau is going to give something on dairy. Now, how do you resolve disputes within the agreement? It also brings up the fact that I'm watching newscasters saying that Trump isn't getting very much. I think they have missed the whole point, these newscasters. The elephant is not Mexico, Canada, or Europe. It's China. And in order to get it done, you've got to show that you can get better deals, whatever that means, with our two biggest trade partners. Europe today, as I can't put everything up here, there's so much going on today, but Europe today, through the EU Commission, appears to be offering removing all tariffs on U.S. automobiles brought into the country for a like move on our part. Remember what the president said early. He'd be willing to do that as one of the components. Now, there's some other trade issues that have to be looked at, metals and so on, but it makes the way easier. So if you can get Canada, you've already got Mexico. The ideal hope is to get Canada into the deal by tomorrow. If you can get the Canadians in, get the Europeans in, that allows the administration to turn its attention to the 1,000-pound gorilla, right? The Chinese. That's the big issue. How do you get that done? But these are all positives because the deal's better than what we had before. In terms of our economy, in looking at it, all I look at is the core PCE price index. It gives the Fed the cover for the interest rate rise in September and possibly December. It certainly kicks up the probability of that. And the reason is now the inflation is running at the 2% number the Fed wanted to see it. That's how I view that. Jobless claims. All this shows is that the market is tight. The market saw a 3,000 increase, but 5,000 is what they expected. And remember, soon we're going to lose a lot of people in the workforce as the end of summer comes on and certain people drop out for whatever seasonal factors, and away you go. Keep your eye, if you get my data, on all that I'll be writing about today in Europe that is going on. Very, very important. I write a lot about China, how the ministry is making a move now on taxes to help their internal firms so that the slowdown that's happening doesn't bite quite as bad as it's got. And they have plenty of reasons to negotiate with us. So when I put that all together, you look at the markets here to get a little bit of a correction in stock indices after this big run-up going into the weekend. Why not? If you look at the metals, the copper's the market that I look at. And I frankly don't understand why copper's even been up at all, because China is what copper's all about right now, and we don't have a deal with them. In terms of the dollar, getting a bounce. It got so beaten up, a bounce there, a little bit backtracking in the euro, the Canadian, the Mexican peso. These markets have built a lot in, so it's almost a buy the rumor, sell the fact on some of the issues. The grain market's still under some pressure here. I don't see a change there. Bonds and notes, very flat, not going anywhere. But remember where we're at. We're right in front of Labor Day and not a lot goes on. In the energy markets, Our crude got a little bit of a residual bid as it keeps coming up here because of what went on yesterday with the EIA number showing a big decline in that. If you're a Bitcoin trader, it's time for you to be moving to the September contract. With that, I want to remind you about our data. One of the ways that you can keep up with what we do is now our voice-activated QT Market Center, the mobile. I use mine all the time, but now I can say December gold chart, and the chart comes right up in it. I can drive and I just say oral quotes. There's commands you learn with it. It plays my quotes for me. This is the future. I don't know how to say it any better, but it's the way that I think you want to go looking at what goes on. And you do it by simply customize your own quote page. Look at how big we've made this. I don't know about you, but I don't like seeing those little numbers. I want to see where I can see the volume, what's going on. I can put any chart studies that I like to use on these overall. You can place an order if you've got an account with us. I love the fact that we get alerts for price. It can come into my email as a text message or right through the system. It'll pop up on your screen and tell you you've got a text alert. You know that a price that you want to know about is right there. It's in front of you. And look at all these neat voice commands. You can say E-mini S&P chart as an example. It's going to bring up the chart for you. Then you can say things like, I want my text voice.
S&P 500 September is up 2.25 and last traded at 2000.
And yeah, folks, this works all over the world. That's the beauty of it. News. Not only do you have our regular news, you've got my videos will pop in there. If you want to go back to the old look, we're not going to get rid of it. It's there if that's how you want to do it. And again, you can customize everything. What about our new news stories? I think you're going to find them really good. So how do you get this? It's simple. Number one, you can download it from your either Android store or your Apple store. You can call us. You can go to our website. You have to sign up because we'll give you a user ID and password. Try it yourself and see how convenient it is. For those of you that get my market research, it pops right into here and notifies you as it comes out. You can click up here if you want at any point. If you're watching me on YouTube, it'll take you to the page, sign up for all this. No credit card, nothing needed. Give it a try. I think you'll love it. I'm Ira Epstein. For those of you I don't see tomorrow morning, you have a great Labor Day. For the rest of you, I'll be doing my afternoon updates today, and you will get your afternoon updates tomorrow for the long weekend. Have a great one. See you all tomorrow.